Here we go. Vilitch, Severed Claw, and Chosen behind him versus Kostaltyn with his Warbear Riders. That's right. Harrison coming in with this build. Now, I've seen it before. Here we go. Let's check out what Vilitch has real quick. Yeah, I was kind of prepared and expected with this, and I wanted to experiment because I asked myself, why would you bring Vilitch in Warriors of Chaos? And we'll find out today in this replay. A lot of ranged units, but with all that volley fire on this small map, should prove well. And of course, he brought Kostaltyn with all his healings and fire damage to deal with my trolls, but I figured as much. So we put the trolls somewhere a little else and brought in 2 Chosen and the Severed Claw for Vilitch, which should do nicely. Got Marauder Horsemen hiding out here until we need them to strike. Some more Marauder Horsemen. And this is the thing with Kislev. Yeah, start shooting your volleys. Come on. Shoot him. Vilitch can take it. He's a tough, tough boy. Look at that. Look at Vilitch just taking all that like a tank. Bear didn't even drop his armor, and look at that. We took, what, 10, 20% of his ammunition already? Marauder Horseman going in there. I probably could have used these more efficiently, but I wanted my my Chosen and Severed Claw to have a nice, easy access, along with Vilitch, to this backline of his. And if that means I have to sacrifice these Marauder Horsemen, then so be it. I'll have an easier time dealing with this than anything else. And unfortunately, I didn't catch his ROR over there, his Argard ROR, otherwise I would have had the Infernal Gateway ready for him. But I'm gonna drop it on these these armored Corsairs instead. Not Corsairs. Armored Corsairs. And yeah, here we go, already up there. He's gonna have a hard time trying to deal with all this. And ready. Great weapons coming in to deal with this. Almost killed his Frostmaiden. Jeez. Look how nasty that damage was from those 3. But I need to get them out of there before she drops a spell on them. Come on, Vilitch, be the MVP. All I need to do is stop his bullshit shooting. We should be good. Vilitch running into all those, though. That might be a problem. Or is it? Could we get some help from those great weapons? We sure can. Great weapons into the back of these RORs? No problem. Along with the Severed Claw. Severed Claw are beast. And they will get that generation. I don't know about the Corsairs shooting at Vilitch. That's a strange one. I'm trying to sacrifice some Poison War Dogs and Marauders so my Marauder Horsemen can do their AP damage to the big old bears and provide some more support. And we're breaking through. We may be down points, but if these boys can't shoot effectively, then that's pretty much going to be game. But my opponent's not going to make it easy. We haven't even captured the first objective, which is a mistake on my part. But you know what? To do some early damage, I'm willing to risk it. The RORs are handling my boys. But these Severed Claws won't go so easily. Streltsy, Kostaltyn, and the bears are taking damage. Good. Keep shooting them, bears. Get out of there. Lead them to me. Overextend so I can get these dragon ogres to come deal with you, you bastard. Yeah, look at him. As soon as he saw those ogres, he was like, nah, I think I'm gonna go return to my crazy daddy. As Vilitch comes in and starts slapping. Providing that shield regeneration, thank goodness. Yeah, run away, Kostaltyn. Run away with you and your scared bear. Alright. And yeah, it's just a hard push now. Shoved off the rest of the units. Those Ice Guard versus the Chosen. That's going to be no problem for the Chosen. 56 melee defense. Magic attacks. Armor piercing. Anti-large. 120 armor plus shields. Yes, please. And I kind of figured Harrison was going to go for a build like this. He went with this last time, and I assumed it was going to be this again. I mean, the build's not bad against trolls, and here we go. Another Infernal Gateway, which I should have dropped on those RORs, but they're already done, so didn't make sense to do it there. Those Corsairs are just taking a hit from the Marauders plus the Gateway. That's just painful to watch. And the Bears versus the Ogres. Plus, oh, we're going to trap him. I'm hoping to trap him with these Chosen, too. Dragon Ogres are going to have a hard time dealing with those bears, but Severed Claw, or Severed Claw, the Chosen should be able to handle the rest of this. Dervishes don't want any of that, so they turn around. And I make a way for his objective. We're down points, but we're catching up in terms of value. And once these bears die, there's not much... He's going to have to spend more points just trying to bring those back, and it's not going to be easy for him. Should be trying to catch those, but instead I try to chase away at Kostaltyn. And my Severed Claw and Chosen are still able to take this. Not a lot of armor-piercing rounds, no Streltsy, so I don't have to worry too much about this. Gotta sacrifice some of these Marauder Horsemen, and I'm not doing too bad. Vilitch is sitting there beating back, and whatever units rout, I can easily just chase them off with the dog, so it's more value for me. Singing more Marauder Horsemen to back up these Poison Warhounds, which are having a hard time dealing with this Dervish sandwich. But these horsemen should be able to just shoot down these boys pretty effectively, as I try to cap his objective too. Yeah, I just have them everywhere. I'm not too worried about Dervishes. They are a bit annoying, but I need to regroup, centralize Vilitch, so I can take this objective and keep hitting him at his home base. Because if I can stop him from there, I can just keep reinforcing the second and third objective. And he's not even going to be able to bother with my other objective. The first objective, I mean. As we try to chase off these dervishes, we got them all boxed in. My Marauder Horsemen have more armor, but the stats are relatively the same between them and the dervishes. Dragon Ogre still. There's no good targets, and I should just really unsummon them at this point. But, seeing as how there's 2 units up on that forest, I send them in, and you'll see why in a second. Opponent catching him slipping, that's why. Vilitch is still just a boss. Look at that, 62. Yep, we're about to max out that the Twisted Twin ability real soon. And there it is. You see it, you love it, you know it's coming. My opponent barely catches it, but it's already too late. I got you, bitch! Yeah, we're down points and we had to sack the ogres, but it feels so good to watch these bastards just get burned alive. Yeah, that was some good value, and that's going to really turn the tide. Pretty much me just mopping up whatever's left here. And yeah, we'll capture the second objective. He's sending everything to the third. Thank goodness. We got Aspiring Champs coming in. And yeah, I'm okay with sending those Marauder Horsemen to their doom. If I can catch up and keep the points, that's fine. Those bears still need more healing. And here we go. Kosar's into those Aspiring Champs. Watch these Aspiring Champs take these rounds like champs. Hardly any damage after that volley. Still shooting and still nothing. What was that? Barely 200 damage? 300? There we go. About to get sideswiped by these bears, though. And even with all these units surrounding them being slowed, they're still going to be able to fight quite effectively. Got my Marauder Horseman coming in, trying to deal some damage. Yeah, he caught my Poison Warhound dog out, or my Poison Chaos Warhounds. And unfortunately, most of his magic's kind of used up in just slowing me down, which I don't find quite effective. I was actually surprised he didn't bring the new spellcaster, what's her name? I don't remember her name at the moment. The one who's a shadow. She's just all around solid. Caster, everything. Ranged unit. Man, if he would have brought that, I think I would have had more problems, because my Chosen would have got hit up with the Pit of Shades. But I guess he didn't want me to bring, he didn't bring Pit of Shades due to me thinking I was going to bring Trolls. And I love me some Trolls. Here we go. We're going to do as much damage as we can with these boys. See what I mean with that? Yeah, the spell didn't even do damage. It slowed me down. We're going to be dealing with the rest of these bears, no problem. Look at that. Models are just dropping. And Vilitch is here. He's doing everything he can. Desperate, trying to do whatever damage he can. But we are just taking it to him. Yeah, having Vilitch at 62 melee attack and defense, really good. He's just so good. The only problem with this build is once the Chosen and Severed Claw are done, there's not much else to have it. And look at these Aspiring Champs still here, still tanking. Almost shoot off his Ice Witch. Now we gotta plug in these Streltsy as he makes for my objective. We have Poison Dogs versus his Dervishes. It should be good on, should be a win on our end. Seeing as how the armored Kossars back there can't really deal damage to him. More great weapons coming in. Like I said, man, very impressed with these aspiring champs. They're not really good at killing, but they do stall things out quite well. Silver shields, 120 armor, 46, 49 melee defense. Pretty solid, and I believe immune to psychology. So yeah, and they might actually have fear on them, sending them more. No, they don't have any of that. Wow. They're just solid though. They do have magic attacks at least, so if you're ever going up against demons, there you go. Sacrificing my Marauder Horsemen to the fires, just so the rest of my units can get in there and not have to suffer. Looks like my opponent's getting my objective as I make my way towards his. Another good Infernal Gateway right on those Streltsy. Yeah, I really think you should be saving up those Streltsy, more so for the trolls, but they haven't shown up yet. And Kostaltyn's surrounded right now by Chosen, and soon to be Chosen and great weapons. And still, look at those aspiring champs, still fighting, still going, beating up his poor Frost Maiden as we try to take his objective, storing everything he can against them. Dervishes versus aspiring champs, my money's on the champs. Even if you do get a nice charge in, didn't even do 100 damage. Barely did, yeah, there you go, now it did. And we almost got Kostaltyn out of here, because if we get him, look at that. We're catching up on points, we're even on value. Look at that. I thought I didn't know what I was doing, but here we go. And here he comes trying to retake objectives, but we got reinforcements, some Marauders, some decent units coming back to provide the final blow to hopefully take out Kostaltyn. Here we go. Bam! It's a beautiful shot. He's lucky he's unbreakable right now, because I would have broken him easy. Yeah, some trolls would be nice right now. Just looking at what he's got. Jeez. I don't know how I feel about the Fires of Change, though. The one that gives the ward save for 9 seconds every time you cast, because I'm not really spamming spells. Or the blue fire, really, even though I probably could have and should have. I think Infernal Gateway was worth it, though. I figured he was going to be blobbing, seeing as how I'm the one blobbing him up. But, yeah, it worked out in the end. Kostaltyn's running out. We got him trapped in here. We got 2 objectives, and that's all we need. We're up in value. Vilitch is still alive, along with some Chosen Severclaw. My opponent's using... he didn't kill any models, so I guess it wasn't worst. But, yeah. Opponent still has work to do. Marauders handling those dervishes. As we get, finally, the trolls come in. As soon as the bears and everything are gone, here come the trolls. No war sleds to try to... I don't think war sleds actually would have been any good, honestly. Because they're too slow compared to my Marauder throwing axes. And it would have just been easy targets for them. Especially how large they are. And those cost a lot, too. Which would have taken a lot more units. Yeah, I could have just shoot them off. And it would have been easier for my Severclaw and everything to get in. And my trolls. Look at these trolls. Man, Vilitch is so cool. I'm really enamored with it. Because I thought, why would you ever bring Vilitch? And then I did the thing where I was like, I know why I would bring Vilitch. Here you go. I think if this build would have worked pretty well on Ogres too. Just a Severclaw and these in general. Unless they brought... Well, Lead Belchers aren't too bad. Still sucks, but... I would be more afraid of the catapults. And Kossar Spears are no match for the Chaos Armor Trolls. Kostaltyn's back here, though. Ooh, and he's doing some serious work, though. Providing that fire magical attacks to his... or fire attacks to his surrounding units. It's not the worst, but we're holding them back. We have the 3rd objective, and we're pushing. Pushing quite well, actually. And we'll be able to get in there with those Marauders soon enough. Probably bring in more trolls too. Fortunately, my own my trolls block my line of sight for my Marauder Horsemen throwing axes. Yep, more trolls. Maybe we can get in there with those throwing axes. Yeah, 1 or 2 maybe. Thankfully, Kostaltyn will be hitting his healing cap soon enough. No, trolls, get in there. And handling these dervishes quite well. Get the Marauders in, just throw everything in. Bringing in great weapons and everything. Vilitch I think at this point I ran out of Wind's Magic, and there's no Chosen, no Severed Claw. Severed Claw are actually running out right now to the third objective. We are just hammering each other back and forth. Looks like he caught up too in turn, or actually surpassed me in value, but we're still in it. Still got great weapons, we still have units, and as long as we're still ahead, we should be okay. More trolls coming in should handle this quite well, and if we get rid of Kostaltyn, it should be alright. Marauders. Throwing axes coming in. Dogs. Routing. Vilitch. At this point, maybe not routing, but unsummoning Vilitch to bring in more units would have been ideal. Here comes Kostaltyn trying to fight off Vilitch. I don't know who would win. That's 63 melee defense. Ain't too bad. Especially with shield, but I don't know. I do not know. This is tough. I do need to shut down those Kossars up on the hill. Trolls coming back in to do a round 2 because they ain't hear no bell. It looks like Vilitch is the one losing this outcome, which is strange. Especially with Kostaltyn being a larger target. But these trolls are still around, thank goodness. Trolls will only be my saving grace. I think we're gonna deal with him quite handily too. More Marauder. Just keep throwing these Marauders back and forth into it. Yeah, it looks like we're trying to deal with everything. We got some Marauder Horsemen throwing javelins at those Streltsy right now, just trying to get them out of here. Opponent's trying to, I don't know, it might be too late. It might be too late to capture that third objective, because we can move on to it as soon as we're done with those Streltsy. The Hounds are just taking care of anything that's routing out, and we could probably move them to my first objective too soon. And the longer this goes, the better. Kostaltyn's trying to finish off Vilitch. But I think he's made the mistake of overextending. One of the trolls is going to go back and try to deal with him while he's fighting him off. Still got Chosens of Zeech. These Marauder Horsemen are trying to pelt whatever they can before they go out. And we got Marauder throwing axes, which will handle Kostaltyn quite well. They may not do it accurately, but they'll do something. No, not a single one hit? Come on. As we handle up those dervishes with more of those javelins. Here we go. And here we go. Last 100 points. Soon enough. Man, this was a real ball buster. We didn't know who was going to go back. It was so back and forth. Kostaltyn's a tank, though. I'll give him that, but he ain't everything. He can't beat everything, and he can't be everywhere. Thank goodness. And luckily, my skirmishers are faster. So, yeah. I could have played better, but I'm happy with the outcome. And I know how to play this map quite alright. Unfortunately, yeah, I sent in some armored trolls and Marauder Horsemen onto that hill, and for some reason, online just keeps resetting skirmishers to skirmish mode. It's so annoying. Because for a good minute I was trying to send in those Marauder Horsemen around those armored Kossars to capture the first objective. But for some reason they wouldn't go up. I thought the game was broken at this point. Turns out it resetted everything. Which is so weird. I don't know why CA... I don't know why it does that. Trolls coming back again. And yeah, Vilitch will unsummon soon enough. Yeah, see, because... Yeah, you see right there? The order just failed, and we could have done that. But yeah, I think this is going to be it. Those Chosen should be able to finish off Kostaltyn quite handily. Yup. And we still got the first objective. Everything's blocked off. He's not getting in here. He's not getting in. You could try, friend, but it ain't gonna happen. You only got 15 seconds. And your boy's already routed off, so 10 seconds. This is a good fight. GG's, Harrison, GG's. You gave me some work to do, but in the end, my boys did it. They did it! So happy. I'm so happy this build worked out. But yeah, if I were to do it again, I think I'd take out the ward save thing, but I don't know. Chosen did great. They paid for themselves and then some. Severed Claw, not so much. Vilitch, damn near double. And same with those Marauder Horsemen. Trolls didn't do as well. Champs, one pay for themselves. Ogres pay for themselves quite handily too. But the Aspiring Champs really aren't there to pay for themselves. They're there to just take damage and slow down units, which they did quite well. And they're great for taking on Kossars. especially a wide range of Kossars. Not the armored variant, the non-armored variant. So yeah, hope you guys liked that. That was a tough one. GG's Harris put me through the ringer. But yeah, if you did like it, sub, follow me on Twitter. That way you get notified for streams and come play me or someone else. Maybe you get your video in, who knows. See some clips and sneak peeks of upcoming games. But yeah, with all that said, have a good one, peace, and goodbye for now.